All right, everybody. That's right. It is. I titled this Sunday Afternoon Main Event because, as I said in the descriptions, anytime that the Mighty Psycho is on here is a main event. See, I can't even say that with a straight face. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh. Hang on a second. Right off the bat. Sorry, Hudson. I really am. I feel horrible for you. What you just messaged. I'm not going to mention the message. I feel horrible. Unless you want to put it in the forum here in the peanut gallery. That's up to you. Hey Tim, how you doing? Like I said, I hope you're doing real well. Once again, I would like to congratulate Tim in having such a really cool kick. I know I don't look real good today. I just got out of the shower, so forgive me. Tim had a great interview with Rachel the Music Mam's live stream on Friday and handled it very, very well. Let's see, I'm kind of curious, Tim. Hang on a minute. I know, kids, this is enthralling TV, ladies and gentlemen. This stream will be sent to the for future consideration in the YouTube live stream Hall of Fame. Let's see, I'm curious about something. Let's see, Tim. 154. That's nice. That's nice, Tim's. Yep. So anybody that has not had a chance to go and like and sub Tim Thrifty Music, please do so because it is an awesome channel. It's awesome, I tell you. I just figured I thought I'd be on here for maybe about, I don't know, 5 at the latest. I see I got my one person. Thank you. I never know when to do these things, to tell you the honest truth. With my luck, there's probably some other broadcast. I was going to do one last night, actually, and Rachel did a late night broadcast, which really surprised me. And I'm like, okay, so I just stayed on in the peanut gallery over there. Hi, Slater. How's it going? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. But that combined with the storm that we had last night, you guys know what my Ecuadorian internet is. I never can tell what's going on with my internet. My son and I have talks about this. Actually, he's even agreeing with me that maybe eventually we should go fiber optic. Ain't going to be now, mind you. I don't have the cash for that. But maybe, oh, I don't know. Sometime down the line when maybe I'm a little more important in the VC universe. Yeah, I'm just kidding. So guess what? I just figured, like I said, I thought we'd talk a little bit. I do have something to show. I have not opened it yet, but let me talk for a minute or two, and then we'll do this, okay? It's something I didn't even expect this till next week. Oh, is Joe doing one? I can't win no matter what. I always try to take a look before I do these things. Vance? Who's Vance? I feel stupid, Tim. I don't know who Vance is. But that figures. I always end up getting the crappiest of timings, and I don't mean to. I mean, there obviously is enough broadcasts. There's enough room in the VC universe for all of us. I know there is, guys. And support all those channels. Damn it, they all deserve it. So I'll have something to show. And then I may have some 45s to show too. I might have shown some of these. I don't know. Oh, Zep Pearl. Okay, I didn't know he was doing a broadcast. Jeez. See, I can't win. Between Mayo and Zep Pearl, no wonder why I only have 4. It's all right. It's all right, because you know what? I get you guys later on too, you know. I've noticed that in the view count. So I don't really have a lot of new music to really report. I was hoping to honestly get my shipment from Illinois from deepdiscount.com. So I could have done 2 different reviews. One for the Styx album Crash of the Crown, which of course I've heard several of those tracks. If you have not heard that album, go pick it up because I like what I've heard so far. You know, that might be letting the cat out of the bag early, but I haven't heard the whole album. I've only heard 3 songs. Along with getting Dennis DeYoung's 26 State Volume 1 and 2. Go grab those. Also, I found out, if you're a prog rock fan, Nectar, ladies and gentlemen, who is one that I go off and talk about on and off. Nectar is, of course, one of my favorite prog rock. So Nectar is putting out a new archival release. It is a 2 CD, 1 DVD set called Sounds Like Swiss, which, I didn't even have a chance to tell my friend Donna Jo Cat Lady this, because this just got announced in the last 48 hours. And it's going to be 2 CDs from Switzerland, and then there's a DVD of a live TV broadcast from that time, from 1973. So I am so looking forward to being able to check out that as well. Also, to re-clarify, we talked about in the last broadcast briefly about the new Jerry Rafferty that's coming out in September. On YouTube, you can hear the single Slow Down. I actually like it. Then again, I don't think there's really any Jerry Rafferty I haven't liked. So Slow Down is an interesting little song. Go check that out on YouTube if you are a Jerry Rafferty fan, or just like good pop songwriting music. Okay. Speaking of him for 2 seconds, though, again, Steelers Wheel with the good old Stuck in the Middle with You, which, of course, everybody and their mother has heard over the years on radio. I tripped on a very weird promo video for that was made in 73. Boy, it didn't make a lick of sense, but it was still amusing. Go check that out if you can find that. I would say it's a toss-up between that one and Star as my favorite Steelers Wheel song. So this here was a contest winning. This is what it was. Not a VC contest, mind you, but a music contest in general. This is part 1 of what I am getting. This is no secret here. This came courtesy from Tennessee. Concrete Marketing, ladies and gentlemen. Concrete Marketing. Go subscribe to them on Facebook, okay, at Concrete Marketing. Hello, Mason. How are you? And you can join up on the contest that they have. They have monthly contests on Facebook. Currently, the contest that they have just dropped, if you are a Queensryche fan, yes, if you're a Queensryche fan, there's a picture disc giveaway for, I think if I remember correctly, it is the Empire album on picture disc. So that'll behoove you to go check out Concrete Marketing. So let's go off and open this up, shall we? So we can see what did Psycho get, right? And the other thing I forgot to tell you that I'm getting from Deep Discount is I was able to secure a picture disc edition from 7A of a archival release. Excuse me. Of this was put out, I think, 2 years ago, if I remember correctly. The Mike Nesmith live BBC 1975 live in Paris, if I remember correctly. All right, so like I said, part 1. I love the packaging. I'll have to use this. Oh, it's a 10-inch. I said 10-inch. Was my AC/DC prize pack. So it's Thunderstruck. Well, look who it is. Hello there to you too, sweetie. Anywho, so this was part of the contest prize, is this 10-inch original 1990 Thunderstruck AC/DC picture disc. On the back here, of course, it says Thunderstruck and Fire Your Guns from the album Razor's Edge on Atco Records. So a very nice original thing, courtesy of Concrete Marketing from Tennessee. Go like and sub them on Facebook, and you too could end up being a future winner. How about that? Does that sound good? I think it does. What do we got here? Just spun that the other day. The B-side is all songs from the from the prison. It's just Nez and an acoustic. You know what? I am looking forward to hearing that. I'm telling you, you guys know how much of a Monkees fan I am. I am a mega Monkees fan. Yeah, big 10-inch record. I always loved Aerosmith's cover of Bull Moose Jackson from the 1920s when he sang Big 10-inch. All right, so guess what, guys? If anybody cares to, for a little while, I will drop an invite in on this. So yeah, like I said, and I appreciate the people that are here. Well, yeah, of course I'm smiley. Of course I'm smiley because, well, gee, I wonder why. I don't look so good though. I just got out of the shower. I can't wait for that haircut tomorrow morning. Ugh. I hate being real shaggy as opposed to Scooby. Yoinks. Hey, Lisa in LA. How you doing? Did you get to go to Amoeba again or anything else? Well, look who I've got coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the minute. No, I'm kidding. One of my best buddies in Illinois, Thrifty Tim, a.k.a. Tim Smith. Hello there, kind sir. How are you this Sunday afternoon? Doing good?
Could be doing better. Just they've changed some medications on me the other day, so
no.
Adjusting to them.
Oh, well, I kind of get where you're going on med balancing bits. It's not fun. I hope it levels itself out. Hey, hi Jorgen, how you doing? How you doing all the way over in? I'm gonna feel real stupid. I know I should know this. Switzerland, Finland. I know you're over there.
Sweden.
You
seem
wrong. Shit.
Hi Jorgen. Hi Lisa.
My defense is not enough coffee. Certain people that go, really? I think you've had too much. They know who they are. Anywho, so yeah, I mean, this is great. And so, yeah, hopefully that medication leveling out will do you just fine on that one bit there. So little bit of the contest stuff as you saw. Have you come up with anything interesting? Yeah, I bet work's boring, dear. I bet you.
Well, I'm going to show my thrift store buys for my stream tomorrow.
That's fair, but how about this? Would you like to show me one as a teaser? One, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to make you big.
Okay, let me shoot. Oh, there they are, right by me.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Rockford, Illinois area. A first, but not last. Seasons. Oh, Fresh Air. Okay, is that a box set?
Yes, there are first four Fresh Air albums.
Did not know that they did a box set for that stuff. I've seen them separately.
Well, this is, but this isn't on vinyl. This is CDs.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that they put that stuff on CDs. I guess that. Wow. Okay. That's cool though. That's cool.
If you notice the price tag on it, said $5.
That's a good deal.
I got it for $4.50.
That's even better yet. And I love you too, Sarah. I love you too. And I love you. I love you as my friend, Tim. You're like I don't know what you are to me, Tim. You're my bestie. You and Scott up in Illinois. I told Scott back then that I said he's like my younger brother I never had. I don't know what you are exactly in my tree, but you always have been.
What, older brother?
For 20 years, Tim. Pretty close to it. No, well,
close to it.
Maybe. I don't know.
We met in like 2001 or 2000, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so 20 years we've known each other. Jeez, it seems to go like that though. It doesn't feel like 20 years. It really don't.
Sir, I think I had told about in the interview about that how Judy introduced us at church, and then she got jealous because we were spending more time talking with each other than her.
Yeah, that's Jude for you, though. I actually got Facebook, not Facebook message, but she messengered me a few days back. She don't say very much anymore, but I think I told you off stream why, so I'm not going to say it on stream. But it is what it is, and hopefully things will progress nicely on her side of the fence. We'll just say that. But yep. Yeah, I mean, I'm sometimes, I do miss the Capron days sometimes, because, God, we did have a blast, on some of that stuff. And I know some of you people out there are going, God, is he going to regale us? Yes, actually, I'm going to, because it's always seemed to be a gang of 4 or 5 or whoever we felt like. But Tim and I and Scott were the main 3. We'd always be driving around to the record store or Scott's little booth at the Rockford Flea Market next to Taco John's with bits of Whiplash the Monkey in every taco. And we would just be having our little Saturday afternoon fun fest going around all over the place, the antique malls, stuff like that. So that was always something. Or the concerts, like we brought up the other day with Ides and 38 and Night Ranger, and I'm trying to remember. Did we go to any more than those? I don't know. I'm
trying to remember. It seems like half the time you'd end up having to work on the days of the concerts.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I've got a few regrets on that, but that's for sure.
Hi, Lisa.
But I mean, it is what it is. I went off and still no concerts. I don't honestly think I'm going to probably be going to any, at least in the foreseeable future. Like I said, that Frank Marino got canceled now, and I don't know. I think the whole Kiss David Lee Roth thing's going to cost too much, and I got to save my money sometimes, at least here. And so if I do get to go to anything in November, you'll like this one, Tim. In November, Tony Orlando's coming.
I don't have any of his Sandy to reach right now. I was going to tell you, I remember one concert we were both at, but we weren't there together. What's think that? You were there with Kathy, and I was with Marla at different spots. It was at the Walworth County Fair for Styx
concert. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And how I didn't know that you were there at that time, I have no clue. But what I'll tell you something. That was a good concert, especially for. If I remember correctly, I don't even think the tickets were really ridiculous. So we got our money's worth, and Doug Siassi, and we did good. And then I definitely thought maybe if I would have saw you, it would have been when Kathy and I went by the tour bus, because you know how I am, and so the thing is that we went over there. I don't know if I ever told you really the whole story on all of this the Styx bus thing, but of course, being at Walworth County all those times before, I kind of knew how this works, because, I was there. I tried after the Beach Boys. I tried after Bobby Vinton. I can't remember who else. So usually, the security there 3 times, they'll go off and say, no, nobody's coming out. Weeds all the damn crowd so that there's only a minuscule amount of people. Because there was like close to 100 people, I want to say, that was waiting by the tour bus, that cordoned off area. And then by the time the third time came, there was maybe 20 of us. Okay. And for some reason, I remember Kathy looked down because, it was the racetrack area. So it was all that dirt or whatever you want to call it. And she found a James Young pick that was thrown off of the stage. And she tries to hand it to me. And I go, I said, that's not how it works. I said, you found the pick, therefore it's yours. So she's got her first and I think only guitar pick she ever got from a concert was that James Young pick. And then we still waited around, but then we kept hearing something about that they had to, I can't remember if they had to go from there to Kansas of all places. I think they had to go to Topeka for the next day. And I'm like, good Lord, that's going to be a drive. And so finally, I bet you it's like they drew straws. They were probably sitting there going, okay, look, they ain't going to leave till one of us goes out there. Who's it going to be? So when the door opened, we were like, it was Ricky Phillips. Ricky Phillips was the one that came out to meet us. And I'm like, dang it, if I knew that Ricky Phillips.
You would have brought a Babies album.
Yeah, I would have brought the Babies albums or the Bad English stuff because he's on that too. And I'm just like going, oh, man. So, in fact, what was it? I had that one Bad English with Dean's autograph. That would have gone real good with Dean's autograph on the Bad English one I got. And so I didn't think about that, or I couldn't find it. I couldn't remember. So at least I brought the new album, which at that time was Big Bang, that covers album, which I know it wasn't a great album. I remember, I think on Rockford Radio, I don't remember what station it was, they played I Am the Walrus maybe once or twice, and that's it. And I never heard any more airplay of that. I might have seen the MTV video too, I think.
Probably got too many complaints.
See, and I don't know, Tim and the people in the Peanut Gallery here, covers albums to me, I'm like, I don't know. Most bands that do covers albums, I think it's contract filler. I really honestly do. It's like,
I do like the cover album that the Shaw Blades cover album.
The what?
The Shaw Blades cover album. Tommy Shaw and Jack Blades did the cover album.
I'm right. I'm not going to lie. I haven't heard it. I know what you're talking about. Haven't heard it.
I can't remember if it was John Anderson or one of the members of Yes said that they really liked their cover of Well Good People.
Oh, wow. Well, that if John or one of the members is saying that, then that's a highly endorsement. I don't know if you heard me speaking to John for 2 seconds. The interview in Goldmine Magazine that happened recently. It was in the newest issue, July's issue. I don't have it because I gave it to Donna, but somebody asked him, what's coming down the pipe. And he went off and he said, and I'm going to do a review of this as soon as I can find the damn thing because I moved everything around again. But when he put out that album, Thousand Hands, which he toured for, along with, if I remember correctly, it was right after the ARW tour. So the Anderson, Rabin, Wakeman, which I would love to see that tour. I kicked myself in the ass.
Yeah, that would have been a good one.
Well, supposedly there's a weird rumor, but I'm not going to hold my breath on this, that they're talking about maybe doing another stab at it. I don't know. If they do, I definitely don't want to miss it. But the thing is that he handcrafted this album, and he had 20 or 25 years worth of archival tapes that he worked with. That's how Chris Squire's on the album. Steve Howe did a new guitar solo for him at that time. So obviously John wasn't, quote, hated I mean, these people were being music professionals, and I think that's what it's supposed to be. I've always had a soft spot for John anyway. I may not like everything he's done in his solo catalog. Oh, I remember now. The article had to do with the 45th anniversary of Elias of Sunwillow, that solo album. That's what it was, because they were releasing that again in a updated format. So when they went and asked him about that, like I said, he went off and said, well, I did that Thousand Hands thing, and it fell flat. It fell flat. He goes, nobody pushed it. And, and he did the regular round of interviews, but nobody pushed it. And I remember when that first album came out, he said that he had enough for a volume 2 with more guest stars and stuff. And I'm sitting here and I'm going, and when I do review this album, I'm going to be sending it to John, along with a note, please put out volume 2. I mean, even if you don't want to do a physical thing, put it out on stream. Now, what John said into a side hint of this is he says that he personally knows offhand that he's got about 5 CDs worth of unreleased. And this goes back to all different demos and time periods. And he said that when he's ready to put it out, he probably will be doing just that. I hope he doesn't do it just streaming, but I understand, the music, what do we want to call it? Well, the music world of today. I hate to say this, and I know the record people, the record collectors like us are going to get upset, but, I'm glad the vinyl resurgence came when it did, so that we still could have that, but it's not going to last. I think it's going to end up being a niche again, and it's going to get to be 90% digital. And when that time comes, I don't want to say my collecting days will be done, because we're record collectors for life. We may give up some of our collections for a time, and we may stop collecting for a time. But, once you start collecting, you're always going to collect.
So like back in the 90s.
Yeah, I think it's going to go back to that frame of mind, except there ain't even going to be CDs. I'm glad CDs are still around. Some people look like when you say the word CD, like you passed a noxious fart. But the fact of the matter is that it's still a form of physical media. Okay. For 2 seconds, I snickered on the cassette revival that they thought they were going to get. And I'm going, no. I mean, Andy in the 80s, in the 70s and 80s and 90s, I loved cassettes because of the price point more than the sound quality, okay? Because you remember, Tim, when in the late 80s-ish into the early 90s, they were starting to put cassette-only bonus tracks to get people away from the vinyl.
Yeah. I remember that.
Doug
and like the singles.
I was a sucker for singles, and as you know from the interesting story here, when we met Michael Lardy from Great White, and I showed him that Queen of Sheba. I didn't even know the story about that Queen of Sheba Great White single until he said it. And I was like, holy crap. So having a collectible, yes, that single is very collectible for Great White fans and single fans in general.
I do have a Striper single.
You have a what?
Striper single.
Oh, you have a Striper single. Is it honestly?
Yep.
See, I knew it because I had that same damn single back in the late 80s too. Striper. I know some people look at, when I say Striper, it's like I called their mother a slut or something. Striper is a good band. I mean, and at times they actually were a great band. And I know some of you people are like, what do you have what do you have, drinking an Irish coffee? No, but the thing is that I think honestly the last couple albums that they've done have actually been more heavier than the stuff even from the 80s, okay? Because the 80s, yeah, it was pop stuff. Here's one for you, Tim. Do you remember an album from 1990 called Against the Law?
Not really.
Okay. Now, oh boy. So they were still on Enigma, but Enigma was getting ready to die because Enigma was a Capitol subsidiary, not originally, but somehow Capitol bought them. And they were killing the Enigma line, which would end up going to Hollywood Records between Against the Law and that greatest hits comp that they had in '92. That's when it was Hollywood. Queen also was under the Hollywood banner too for a little while. So when Against the Law came out in '90, the single that came off of that was Shining Star. Yes, the cover of Earth, Wind, and Fire, Shining Star, which was a very strange song choice, but it actually got some minor airplay. The thing that threw me for a loop, and it's out there on YouTube, guys, if you want to check it out, they actually made a TV show appearance on, this is going to make you laugh, the Arsenio Hall Show. Do you remember the Arsenio Hall Show, Tim?
Oh, yeah.
I try to forget the Arsenio Hall Show, but I digress. So supposedly Stryper was into the booze, the women. They were starting to go, and it was like all these other little voices were telling them to steer clear from what they were more successful at. They stopped the yellow and black stuff. Remember, they went to jeans and denim, and I'm like, oh boy, now you just look like all the other bands, which is not a good thing. We remember the Yellow and Black Attack, ladies and gentlemen. When I saw them in '86, it was a damn good concert. And that first record or two, Michael Sweet, at times, and I know some people are going to roll their eyes at this, but this is my opinion, and like opinions and assholes, everyone has one. At times, he got a little Dio-ish. He could do it, just not very long. And so that's why I love those records, especially those first couple ones. Like I said, the first one, Soldiers Under Command. I saw him on the Soldiers Under Command tour with Armored Saint opening for him. That was probably one of the weirdest mismatched concerts that I saw. I'm trying to remember. That was spring of '86. And it was either a couple tour dates before or a couple tour dates after. I want to say Motley Crue was, I don't know if I'm getting my facts right. It was either Motley Crue or Hurricane became the opening act. And I like Armored Saint. They're okay. It's just they really got mad. They got mad because, I mean, they probably went through about 5-6 songs. That was it for whatever their new record was. I can't remember. They looked medieval. It had the knights on the cover for Armored Saint. I'm looking for that album, but that's besides the point. So I think it was John Bush, of course, who would end up in Anthrax. He was the singer, and he was the one that went. It was either him or the guitar player went off and were like, because everyone was going, Stryper, 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 and I'm like, you don't do that shit to an opening act. You don't piss on your opening act, ever. Even if you don't like the music. Unless the opening act is being a dick to the audience, then that changes the rules. And Armored was just trying to do their gig. And it was like, after the first song, Stryper, Stryper. And by the fifth song, though, John or the guitar player, cannot remember, went up to the microphone and said, that's it. We've had enough. We know you're here for Stryper, but we're opening. He goes, but now that you're acting like jackasses, and he said the F word a couple times too, which I'm going, that wasn't necessary. And he went off and he's like, to the fans that went off and came here to see us, Go out to the side stage door. We will be out there. Give us a few minutes. We will be out there. We'll meet and greet, sign autographs, everything. And he goes, to the rest of you people, fuck off. And they went and everyone, boo, and I'm going, that was a shit show. Yeah, not shit music. That was just a shit show. Because you should have seen all the things that were getting thrown on the stage. Never saw anything like that, ever or since. For a Striper show. I don't know. Man, oh man. So is there anything Rockford wise coming up with anything at the Coronado, or I'm assuming they're just about ready to be done with the outdoor, because I don't think they're doing anything for Labor Day, are they? They don't do on the waterfront anymore.
Yeah, I don't think they are doing anything for Labor Day, and I haven't heard anything for what the Coronado or the BMO Harris Bank Center, the former Metro Center. Of course, they're doing some remodeling in it since Ice Hogs are now owned by the Blackhawks.
You're right. You know what? To this, I want to go catch an Ice Hogs game next time I'm up there if it's in season. I felt so stupid for not going to the Ice Hogs all those years that they were there, because I never saw a hockey game. I would love to go see. Yeah, you're right. They're the AAA club for the Blackhawks, aren't they?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, they've had a lot of people come through those ranks for the hockey game.
Whenever somebody on the Blackhawks gets hurt, where they're out a game or two, even they'll grab somebody from the Ice Hogs and bring them up there.
Yep, fun rehab assignments. That's how you get to see your majors for 2 seconds. They like to play that game down here. Like I said, 2 towns over is the Northwest Arkansas Naturals AA ball for Kansas City Royals. They just signed another extension contract, so they're going to be the team for them for a while. Well, because of the close proximity, instead of dropping them in Omaha, Nebraska, which is their AAA, they'll send them to AA for rehab, because I guess it's a lot quicker to send them down here. And so we've had a couple people. I want to say Alex Gordon. Anybody that's Major League Baseball, we had Alex Gordon down here. We had a few other ones in the last 10 seasons. They've been here 10 seasons already. I remember. I wish I knew you a lot sooner, Tim, because I'll tell you, I used to go to a lot of Rockford, and this is going to date me, Rockford Expos. Back when there was I missed the Montreal Expos, but it was Rockford Expos. Then for 2 years it was the Rockford Cubbies. Oh God, that was fun when it was the Rockford Cubbies. That was the A ball for Chicago. And
yeah, I know what the big team that the Cubs have are the Iowa Cubs.
Right, I would love to take a trip out there for 2 reasons. Number one, to Des Moines, where they're at. I would love to see a AAA Cubs, and then go make a veer off to Dyersville. And you know what?
Yeah. Dyersville's on the way from here. See, my mom lives in Des Moines, so.
Oh, and the Surf Ballroom. I got to go there too. See, so I got 3 excuses. 3 excuses to go to Iowa. 3 excuses. There might be more.
That you're up to my old stomping grounds.
See, and if I remember correctly, I like the American Pickers shows. They're based out of Iowa.
Yeah, right by the Quad Cities.
Oh, okay. So Moline, Coal Valley,
the Bettendorf,
right.
Bettendorf, just north of them.
Okay, I was in Bettendorf, Iowa once, and it was because in my second marriage that I don't care to talk about, one of my stepsons was in a place in Coal Valley near Moline, and so I remember heading back one day, and I took the wrong exit. Next thing I know, I'm over the Mississippi River. Hi, Mike.
I might.
Over the Mississippi River, and it says you are now entering Bettendorf, Iowa, and I'm like, oopsie, and I only went as far as the first exit, turned around, and then that was my Iowa visit for 2 seconds. But yeah, so Iowa, I would like to travel a lot more, especially my beloved likes to travel too, and so it's like there may be some future trips for the two of us, or trips with bonus children / grandchildren to places. And I said that I want to bring her up to my old neck of the woods, of course, which I think would be fun. There's a lot of things to do, of course, up there. Yeah, down in Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. That's right.
Well, my sister and brother-in-law have a winter home down in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Mississippi?
Gulfport. It's right over by Biloxi.
Gulfport. Sure.
When I was stationed in the Biloxi at Keesler Air Force Base for the summer of '82 for tech school.
Gulfport, Mississippi.
And anyway, got the closest shop mall to the base was Gulfport, and they'd have buses to take us from base to there.
Oh wow. There's probably a couple places I want to go down in Mississippi. Yes, I'd like to go catch Tupelo, I suppose, because of Elvis. But I also want to go to Gillsburg.
Is that B.B. King's home? I know B.B. King.
I think so. I think B.B. King, but I forgot about that. I think Tupelo is B.B. King's also. So yeah, I would love to go go see B.B. King in Elvis's birthplace. But do you know why I want to go to Gillsburg, Mississippi?
Why?
That was where the plane crash was for Skinnerd.
Okay.
They have a big monument there. Now, I'm led to believe, though, that it is on some of it's on private land, but I think they let it open once a week, so you could go there for limited hours. It'd be a weird scenario. Let's see here.
Okay. Bye, Doug.
Have a good night, Doug. Hey, Dwayne. How are you? But yeah, so that'd be, let's see. So Memphis, obviously. I want to go to Memphis. Maybe Nashville, but mostly Memphis for Sun and Stax Records and Arden Studios. When I go back up into the Chicagoland area, there is a place I do want to catch because I missed it the last time. Actually, I missed it the last couple times. I'll have to take you with me, maybe. And that would be not necessarily downtown Chicago, but it would be South Michigan Avenue to where Chess Records was, because they have a museum down there it's the Chicago Blues, like a Chicago Blues museum. And it is in the residence of the address of Chess Studios. That would be awesome on that bit. For that one, yeah, there you go. Listen, the original lineup will always be the best lineup. I think this is my opinion. I think that they should have stopped. I mean, it was nice that they proved a point to come back. I actually like the Skinnerd '91 record. I thought that's where you had most of your classic lineup people were back. I thought that was actually a pretty damn good record. After that, though, that was about it. I really didn't care very much for the rest. I think they should have just proved a point, and then maybe around '92 would have just shut down shop. But obviously not. They kept going and going and going. I actually like the Rossington Collins albums too.
I I have Anytime, Anywhere, Any Place. I love that album.
You know what, Dwayne? Macon would be a good one. I would like to go to the big house, the Allman Brothers house. The big
I have an uncle that lives in Macon.
So let's see what else. Gulf Shores, Alabama, for Fame Studios down there, the Muscle Shoals.
Right, I was thinking Muscle Shoals.
I'd like to go to Clovis, New Mexico. I know that sounds really goofy, but that's because of Norman Petty's studio is still there. I don't know if they still operate it, but they have kept it pretty much mostly as is for what it is. And I'm led to believe that once in a while you'll actually get an appearance from musicians that actually recorded there in the 50s, 60s, 70s, including one or two Fireballs. That's right, Jimmy Gilmer,
okay.
and whoever's left. Yeah, exactly, Dwayne. That's why I want to go. I want to go to the Big House Museum. I do love the Allmans. I think they're a kick-ass band. Those first couple albums were great. I don't know that. Like I said, the thing is that it's just Rossington. It's just Rossington, and yes, Ricky Medlock was an original member. He was a drummer. He's on that first and last album. I understand that. And Ricky was in his, in Blackfoot, loved Blackfoot. I just honestly think though that, let's face it, when Billy died, I think they just really were stretching it now. I'm just saying, if I was given free tickets to go see them, all right, I'm not stupid. I'm going to go. Okay. People have said they still put on good shows, and that's great. I think that's, that part's great, I guess. It's just, to me, it's a shell. It's just a shell of what it is. And now that he says that he's unretired now, I'm like, I think this is just the attitude of bands. I am not knocking Skynyrd itself. It's just, this is, don't say you're going to retire. Don't do it, unless you're going to, you drop dead on stage or like you really have something wrong, like Frank Marino, and he's like, I can't do it anymore. There's reasons I'm not going to go into, and I'm done.
It's sort of like some of these bands that have these farewell concert and they go on or farewell tours and they go on for years.
Kiss, and I'm like,
Eagles,
Scorpions unretired, if you remember. But see, Scorpions still put out decent product. They really, really do. And Claus is Claus. And let's see. So let me think about this. It's Claus, Rudy Schenker, and Matthias. That's who you have from the 80s. They're still there, and that's great. I'm trying to remember the last Scorps album I bought. It was within the last 10 years, I'll tell you that. And it was a damn good album. I was pleasantly surprised. It was just like the Scorps are. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of really going to visit graves of past musicians. Although I forgot to mention another trip though, Lubbock, Texas. Yes, I want to go to Lubbock, Texas. You guys know why I want to go to Lubbock, Texas. I have loved Buddy Holly since I was probably a little boy. I would just love to see, since I'm going to be there, I might as well go see the grave, which of course is Holley Holly. So, but yeah, I'm not one of those kind that's going to go visit graves. I don't know. I just never have. There's a few Illinois ones. Sure, I could go see where Muddy Waters is, or any of the bluesmen. There's even some. They're trying to think. I'm trying to think here. Dang it. There's other ones. I mean, anybody that was a band member in Illinois, most of them we probably could pick. That probably, I bet you, there is some type of memorial there. I bet you. It's kind of weird, though, if you think about it, the way that whole thing went down with Duane and Barry within a year of each other. That is just more than coinky-dink, in my opinion, anyway. But yeah, I think out of all honesty, I mean, even though the Almonds kept going and going, when Dwayne died, he was the soul. He was the soul of the Almonds, all right? And Barry, I don't know what we want to call Barry, but yeah, Barry, he even, I think in interviews, he was like majorly depressed when Dwayne died. So I think Barry had some sort of a weird death wish. I mean, I don't want, obviously he's not around to speak for himself, but that's just what I'm gathering. See, Dwayne, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You know, my grandma, I even got into Buddy a little bit. And the first song, I remember she heard it on the radio because she listened to an easy listening station. And the first song I remember that she heard was Every Day. And she turned to me, she goes, "Who is this?" And I said, "It's Buddy Holly, Grandma." And she's like, "I like his music. I'd like to hear more." And so I had to explain that little story to her too. But I think I got her like because she used to have a tape player. I'd get her a cassette of Buddy Holly stuff. And that, yeah, Barry was a bassist. That's right. But yeah, so I'd like to see all that stuff. I'm trying to think other ones that I probably am missing, but that's just the ones I can think of right off the bat as all of those.
Maybe Rick Nelson. Ricky Nelson.
Am I hearing a doorbell or a pinball machine? I'm hearing
doorbell.
Something. Oh,
doorbell.
It's for you, Candy Graham.
Well, if it's a pizza, free pizza, I wouldn't mind that.
Free pizza. Oh, I'm bad. I love free pizza. Actually, I gotta start changing my ways. I don't like being this much anymore. I gotta cut back. I gotta do something. I have new reasons. New reasons to cut back. I mean, other than my general health, but some kind of bell. That's right. My bell's been rung. That was a bad Muhammad Ali, ladies and gentlemen. Mongo love candy. Oh my God, Mongo love candy. Yeah, I know. God, I love that movie. How old is your grandmother? Oh, I'm sorry, Dwayne. I forgot to mention she's been gone now for. She passed on 10 days before 9/11, and maybe thankfully so for two reasons. Number one, I could not see her going through another round of chemo. She was talking about doing it. Number two, I think if she would not have been able to wrap her head around 9/11. I really honestly think so. And I mean, we're talking about my grandma was a little child when World War I ended. She remembered the Depression. She remembered and told me stories of 1920s and 30s and 40s Chicagoland. She lived in Chicago, though. She really did. She lived in Chicago till the early 1960s before she branched out with my mom and went out to the suburbs, you see. Yeah, you're right about that, Mike. Blazing Saddles cannot be made today. Nope. It's our little era of being able to have thick-skinned, I think, is over, or just about over. I was commenting to John today because I was listening to a really good comedian named Bill Burr. I have been a fan of Bill Burr's for a few years now. Anybody that's got Netflix and has seen any of his stand-up comedy specials or the animated series F is for Family. Oh, man, I love Bill Burr, but he's acidic. I call him an acidic comic, and I know even John was going to me, well, what's an acidic comic? I said an acidic comic is a guy that doesn't give a shit, and he will speak his mind in a comical point of view that has jaded truths. George Carlin was an acidic comic. Richard Pryor was an acidic comic. I think Bill Hicks and Sam Kinison and a bunch of other ones. It was acidic comics. I don't really put Andrew Dice Clay in that category. I think he really wanted shock value and he knew it. So he figured if he could be dirty on, it was kind of, I don't call him really acidic. I think he was more going for attention more than actually trying to prove a point, like George Carlin always would do. Stuff like that. So Bill Burr, that's acidic to me, and he still tries to do the kind of comedy that will make you think. But yes, it is sometimes foul. I don't always. I mean, there is clean comedians out there, and I love them too. It's just, I don't know too many clean comics. Okay, that can go the distance. I don't want to say they're all dead. That's not true. There is some clean comics out there. I mean, I'm trying to think.
Doc's here.
Oh, good.
Hi, Doc.
You shock people a lot. Well, Doc, if you didn't have those battery cables that you keep threatening to touch people with, maybe you wouldn't. See what I did there? Dwayne says, my other grandfather left Poland at 17. He came to New York at 17 before going to Chicago to work, then to Montreal, and he ended up in Alberta. That's a journey and a half, Dwayne. That's funny you sort of bring up Poland because, my mom's side of the family came from Warsaw, and my father's side of the family, my grandfather's side of the family on my mom's side came from Bonn, Germany, and the surrounding area. And they all came around the same time, which was the 1890s here to America, 1880s, 1890s, and did their thing. Yes, thank you. I forgot about Brian Regan. I do like Brian Regan. Tim. Shit. Well, hopefully I'll drop the link anyway for anybody else. I'm only going to be on maybe about 20 more minutes, guys, and I'll tell you why I'm only going to be on 20 minutes more. I want to make dinner, and to top that off, I'm not sure what I'm going to be looking at about 6 o'clock. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes, just walking down the street.
Yeah, for some reason I was kicked off.
Timothy, where did you go? Timothy, my God, why don't I know? I love that damn song. Timothy. Hi, Tim.
Hi. For some reason, I was kicked off there, StreamYard or whatever. Well, you were sounding like a game of ping pong playing back there, and then all of a sudden, they got a message from StreamYard saying something went wrong.
Curse my Ecuadorian internet. I want my Belize internet or my Guatemalan internet back. I have a lot better time this way. Oh, so let me mention as to why we're going to be cutting this in the next 20 minutes because, all right, so listen, one of my favorite radio shows, I think Tim knows about what I'm going to get at on this, but a lot of people out there maybe don't. Would you guys do me a favor? I'd like you to do me a favor tonight, okay? You don't have to listen to all 3 hours, okay? Listen to one and see how you feel about this. We are talking about, ladies and gentlemen, from 6 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, okay? The Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark. Go like him on the Facebook page, Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark. He is live. It is Ronnie Dark, the Night Owl, Mike Adams, and the Commander John Walsh. It's these three and their supporting crew.
Does Mike Adams still have the show right after Ronnie's?
Going to get to that in a minute, but thank you for setting me up on that. So, for 3 hours every Sunday from 6 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, they do the Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark. That is a kick-ass show. You are going to hear all kinds of things that you just are not. He does not play stuff on the radio. No, this is no riffraff radio, ladies and gentlemen. They play psych, they play pop, they play B-sides, they play all kinds of things from the late 50s to roughly the early to mid 80s. Sometimes he'll do 90s stuff, like he's a big Matthew Sweet fan. You'll hear some of that. He's a big Paul Revere and the Raiders fan. You'll hear some of that. You'll hear in between.
And he doesn't always play just hits on there either.
Right. Now, Mike, you got a very good, solid question. I was just getting to that. How are you supposed to tune it in? Well, there are several different ways. Please go to the Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark website. Okay, so just type in for Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark's website. There will be links provided. The ones to look for are the WVOA 87.7 FM Syracuse, New York. That is the station that plays it. It is an LP FM station. They also are on Tuned In and Uber stations. And Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark will be that. Doc says he'll listen if he plays Patsy Cline. But I have to ask you, my friend, if he does play Patsy Cline, it will not be after midnight he plays it. But if you do get to listen to it, will you fall to pieces? I hope not, because they're, they do make duct tape, but I don't know if it's that good. Yes, you're right. What? So those are your three links. Okay. So I would throw a link, but like I said, it'd be easier for you to go to like on Facebook, Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark. They also have the links provided there too, or the Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark, the official website. Okay. Does that explain a lot of things? I hope so. Then from 9 to 10 Central Standard Time, right after that Wax show for 1 hour, you get the Night Owl Lounge with Mike Adams, which is 9 to 10 p.m. of lounge and exotica music. That's right. That's stuff you go make a martini or just have a good stiff drink. Or you don't even have to drink. But the point is that you can go and have 1 hour of relaxing music that you aren't going to hear that on the radio either. They don't play the same humdrum stuff. None of these do for 4 hours. So go check those out.
The one that I thought was interesting was the one with Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet singing Black Hole Sun.
Yeah. Tim's not lying. I dare you to go listen to that. I double dog dare you to listen to Steve and Edie doing Black Hole Sun. Go ahead. Go ahead when I'm off broadcast, because you'll be like, oh, God, no, why? What? It's Mama's Family on TV. Like you haven't seen that before? We all know where this is going to go. Oh, God, what was his name? What was Ken Berry's character? What's his name? Vince. It's always going to be something going with Vince or his little hoary wife or the stupid kids. And then when the kids got removed, it was just basically, or Betty White when she shows up as the daughter making nonsense, along with the nosy next door neighbor. It's going to be okay. Trust me. You may get the box set. So... Silent Comedy Watch Party, but that's at 2 Central though. This is 6 to 9 Central. And I'm telling you another reason why, because there's supposed to be a special announcement, I guess, as soon as he starts the show. I'm a little nervous about the special announcement. I don't know what it is. I pray it's not what I think it is. I'm not going to tell you what I think it is. But what I would like you to do is, if you don't have to stay for the first for the 3 hours. Stay for 1. Give it a try, okay? Doesn't matter what hour you pick. Just try 1 hour. And tell, and put yourself on there and say, Mighty Psycho sent me. Put that on there. Say, Mighty Psycho. Psycho's Platter sent me. Because he's got a very popular show. It's number 2 ranked in that time slot on Sundays. and I think that's awesome. We'd like to make it to number 1. I replay it in the evening. And by the way, Dwayne, I wasn't ignoring your story. I read it actually, and I think that's pretty interesting. The little trip that they made to come here to America. I think that has always been awesome. I love those kind of stories. They're fascinating. My grandma, for example, if I say Mighty Psycho sent me, will I get money or prizes? No, but guess what, Doc? Ronnie likes to do contests, but it's phone-in contests, and he always mentions the number. And believe you me, I've listened for 10 years, and I've probably won 5 or 6 contests.
You could probably get some bargoons there, Doc.
You could get some bargoons, and they'll tell you about the bargoons. I love you guys. You're all so awesome. You're all awesome. But that's what we're probably looking at right now. Bargoons. It almost sounds like a sea captain. If Doc would get like a sea captain hat and go, "Hey, me mateys, I am here to find some bargoons." Where? Sir, this is a Goodwill. Shut up. I'm trying to look for my bargoons.
He'll need to pipe in his mouth also.
Did you hear me? That's the bakery next door. No, not macaroons. I'm looking for bargoons. Where's your vinyl?
He'd need a pipe also on the squid and one eye to look something like Popeye.
Yeah, he's got to have the pipe in this. Hey, Doc, whenever you're doing your next video, could you get like a corncob pipe and like either have an eye patch or squint as you're like getting ready to go, we're going to talk about some bargoons. I remember when I'd be like, yes. I think of the most stupidest shit, people. I'm surprised you guys keep watching. Is Zep Pearl and Rachel still going in Mayo? Are they all still going? Yeah, arg, matey. Oh, who lives in a pineapple? No. No, we're not going there. Although, God, who was it? Oh, my favorite moment in SpongeBob. The visit to Davy Jones' locker. That bit, I have to see that once every few months. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go YouTube SpongeBob SquarePants Davy Jones' locker. It's about a 90-second bit of what happens when the bad guy goes down to Davy Jones' locker. Yeah, it's worth it. It's really worth it. Ren and Stimpy is another one I like. And Ren and Stimpy, they had Frank Zappa. It was one of his last appearances. Frank Zappa shows up as the devil for the part of the "Don't Whiz on the Electric Fence." I always like that one. And David Bowie shows up. I think it's SpongeBob. David Bowie does a voice for it, or it's Ren and Stimpy. It's one of those two. And I'm like, I said, I love that kind of stuff where people aren't completely serious. Mike, Billy West, I was just going to bring up Larry Fine. Thank you. If you've never heard Billy West do his Larry Fine from the Three Stooges impression, it's on YouTube. It is. In fact, if I remember correctly, I think he was on Howard Stern's show even, and he did a Larry Fine up. It is dead on. It is dead on. I'm like, it scared me. If they ever did and I know this would be redundant because Three Stooges are visual, not audio. But if there ever was an audio episode of the Three Stooges, or if they made Three Stooges cartoons, Billy West would have to be Larry Fine. There is no other. It's like you stick him on there, and then you get your other two, and you get a great fun.
They did make Three Stooges cartoons. I've seen some of them.
In the mid-'60s, that's right. Which I enjoyed those cartoons. They were actually, the production company was Moe's son, did those, and the wraparound bits that they would do with Moe, Larry, and Curly Joe. I liked them. I I don't know how you feel. Let's see. Tim, who's your favorite Stooge?
Curly, hands down.
Very good. Curly followed by Larry. And I know some people are going, what? And I'm like, because Larry's the straight guy and he does stuff that you don't expect. It's like he's the workhorse of the three, because you already know Curly's going to be doing his and Moe's going to be his bossy bit. Larry's right in the damn middle. He's like the comedy gold, but that holds the glue. And I'm telling you, so but I like Shemp. I can deal with Shemp's. I can't do it, but I like Shemp's stuff. The one I can't stand, thank God he was only in 18 episodes, Joe Besser. Never liked Joe Besser. I thought it was a big mistake. And from what I read, Joe Besser was he was a Band-Aid to this, because originally they wanted Joe DeRita. Then Joe DeRita was under contract, and whoever it was wouldn't let him out until the contract was done. Besser ends up doing the 18 episodes. He goes bye-bye, and Curly Joe DeRita comes in. Now, that's right. Joe did make a contract that Mo could never hit him. If I remember correctly, I think he softened up like in the last episode or two. But still, you're right. And I just never liked Joe Besser. I didn't even like him on the Abbott and Costello show when he was stinky. And I don't know if anybody remembers the Joey Bishop show. Nick at Night found the original episodes in the 90s, and I saw his character on that show. I just didn't like him.
I know Antenna TV plays the Joey Bishop show at times.
Didn't know that, but I just remember, like, the last thing I remember, and he was good for this role. There was a Genie cartoon in the 70s, as in, like the Barbara Eden Genie. But Barbara wasn't the voice, I don't think. Maybe she was, I don't know. But the big Genie was Joe Besser, and you would always remember him from going, yabble dabble. That was him. He did that voice. And it's like, that's the only thing I could put up with him with. I just didn't like him in anything else. So I guess I'm a Joe Besser hater. Yeah, he was a stooge. But the thing I thought that was interesting, I don't know how we ended up on this tangent, Tim, but just give me a second here. So Mo goes off and has the stroke that pretty much incapacitated him after late 1970. He couldn't do anything else. And I don't know what the reason was. Mo was going to keep the Stooges going. For a couple months, there was talk. It was going to be Mo, Curly Joe DeRita, and Emil Sitka. Who Emil Sitka was in all the eras of Stoogedom. He was going to be the new Larry, so to speak. And there was a couple promotional pictures made. Go look up on YouTube. You'll see a photo or two of the three. And I think there might have even been an extremely very short clip, like a minute. That's it. And they were supposed to be in this god-awful movie, and I'm so glad they didn't do it. But it had to do with Mo wasn't feeling well. And I think this was a couple weeks before he died. He was supposed to be in a horrible film called Emil wasn't going to be the last Curly. Curly Joe was going to be Curly. But Emil was going to be Larry, you see, like the new Larry. So the thing is that I think it was called Blazing Stewardesses or something. It was some knockoff comedy movie or some junk. It was going to be an R-rated movie. It did end up being an R-rated movie. And who ended up taking the place, and I never liked these guys, the Ritz Brothers. I never understood the comedy of the Ritz Brothers. And I'm just going, they could step in there. Was it Jet Set? I don't know why I thought it was Blazing Stewardesses. Maybe that was an original working title. But yeah, and so the Ritz Brothers ended up taking over that part, and it was a turd of a film. I've seen the clip from that. Okay, Halfwit's Holiday. Oh God, yeah. Jeez. Um, I don't know. What a half. Oh God.
Well, what they were talking about made me think of an episode of Midsummer Murders that I have watched before. Have you ever watched that show? It's a British mystery one.
Midsummer Murders.
Yeah,
You got me on
they,
that one.
they have it on a lot of streaming sites, the show, but it's a British cop show, and all of them are like an hour and a half each. But in one episode, somebody was killing former horror movie stars and stuff.
Oh wow. I'll have to
And
look into that.
this is one that incorporates comedy into the show and stuff.
See, that's good. That's real good. Yeah. Mike brings up Bowery Boys. My God, the last
Oh yeah,
time I even saw Bowery Boys with Hunts Hall and all those other ones, I'm not gonna lie, might have been the late '70s, early '80s. I have not seen them since.
they have several of the East End Kids ones on the Internet archive.org.
Oh, nice. Leo Gorsey. That was the main
Yep.
tough guy. Leo Gorsey and Hunts Hall, and then the other ones. Yeah.
Well, then later I saw a World War II movie one time with Leo Gorsey in it.
I wonder if I saw this movie too, because this sounds familiar to me. What's it called? I can't remember. Do you remember?
I can't remember either.
I think I somehow saw that. I tripped on it, and I didn't even know he was going to be in it. I'm like, hey, what the hell? Yeah, that's right, East Side Kids. Yeah, I just remember the Bowery Boy East Side Kid back and forth. But yeah, and I just say that was fun stuff. Yeah, that Mike Douglas appearance, awesome stuff. Yeah, the pie in the face bit. If go check out that Mike Douglas show appearance, guys. It's worth it. It's real worth it. And I love that Mike was a good sport, and that they did some of the old bits. The Maharaja bit, oh my God! I'm like, oh no! Or the good old. All right, now listen. On the count of three, point to the right. Standard stuff. Or here's one, 2 words: Niagara Falls. God, all those old bits. Oh, they're older than our great grandmothers, but yet they still are funny. All right, it is hit 5 o'clock. Does that mean I turn into a pumpkin? No, because I'm already a fat pumpkin, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm going to work on it. Yes, he was on for a whole week. That's right, Mike. So I want to thank my video cohort here, Thrifty Tim Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Go check out Thrifty Tim's channel, please. And sub to him. You know, you're going to be 200.
I'll be doing my stream tomorrow again.
That's right. What time, Tim?
1 p.m. Central Time.
1 p.m. Central. Okay. I think I might be able to show up at that. I think it's a 50-50 chance. I know I got stuff to do in the morning I got to deal with, but I'll see about the 1 o'clock bit. Yeah. Yuck. That's right. All right. I love you guys. Have yourselves an excellent rest of your Sunday here before the dreaded Monday. But see, Tim Smith here in his show on Mondays, that'll help with the Monday, the Monday doldrums, the Mondays. I like Boomtown Rats. I don't like Mondays either. So you guys take care. God bless. Rock on. Have a great rest of the day. Oh, and one last thing real quick before I forget, because I'm not going to forget this. I love you, Goth Angel. I miss you, Goth Angel. I cannot wait until you get to come home to me. That's right. We're working on that. We are working on that as we speak, because her and I, we're going to be a great team and have an ultimate love story like we damn deserve. We both deserve. All right, guys. Take care. Catch you on the flippity flip, as Michael Scott would say.